MadzookJoe here with another MadzookJoe's perspective. And today's perspective gets a little bit into neurology and the physiological function of our bodies. All right, so there's a big craze out there and it's really popular right now, and it's called intermittent fasting, right? And so some people have this misnomer or this belief that the purpose of this intermittent fasting is calorie reduction just by not eating or eating certain things. But that's not actually the purpose or the foundational reasoning behind intermittent fasting. There is something called autophagy, all right? And autophagy is a way that we upset the balance inside of our body. And our body, going to get a little technical for you here, huh? So try to pay attention. All right, so there's something called homeostasis. And what happens with this big word is that your body constantly tries to find a way to be perfect, like a perfect circle, okay? Now, with that said, we look at stress as this big negative. Oh my God, I'm so stressed out, you know? And sometimes how we deal with stress, you hear this platitude out there that it's not what happened to you, but how you respond to what happened to you. And I start to see this spouted out across Instagram and Facebook and some of these other places, these the life coaches, the ones that copy what everyone else says and have no reason to say it, but they just think it sounds good. So I'm going to give you the reason, all right? And so the science behind it is called autophagy. And basically, it is an upsetting of the balance within your system by using stress, okay? So you can use stress as a good thing, all right? Stress is toxic, and too much of a dosage of stress or chronic or long-term stress is very harmful to the cells of the body. However, regenerating our cells to create a better you is something that's very beneficial for us, all right? And so we use cortisol. It's a hormone that's released when stress comes about. But sometimes cortisol can cause weight gain, or it can cause some other negative factors, not really the purpose of this topic. But cortisol can also indicate to our body that, boom, it's time to do something about that stress. So you have what's called apoptosis, all right, which is a complete cellular death. So sometimes the stress will induce, bang, a death to the cell. So generally, a new cell will take over or a cell will regenerate to create it. That's the simple layman's terms. To get really deep into the scientific part with real big words, you're going to have to look a little deeper at apoptosis, okay, a cellular death. And why is that beneficial? Why do I want to kill some cells, huh? I know you've killed a few brain cells in your day. Who are you trying to fool? All right. Anyway, if we get to autophagy, all right, we upset the balance. We use stress for our way. Now, nutrient deficiency or nutrient specificity is where intermittent fasting comes into play. So it's depriving your cells of something at a certain time so that they regenerate or heal or look starving for when you pump back something good into them, like juicing. And all of a sudden now your cells are like hungry and they're dying, so they're sucking in all this high density nutrient food. And the theory behind intermittent fasting is that this is where the benefits take place. All right, so a cellular response is a triggered mechanism, all right? And so we can use neurology. As a psychology practitioner, I get into this realm of neurology of how am I going to trick your brain to do what I want it to do, okay? So intermittent fasting is one type of autophagy. Intermittent training, HIIT trainings for physical training is another method. But think about even some toxins that are good for you, okay? They say, doctors say, hey, 2 glasses of red wine, good for you, huh? All right, why is that? If alcohol is bad for you, would 2 glasses of red wine be okay for you? Well, it's regenerating some of your cells and making, in theory, the cells that regenerate. We are evolutionary creatures as humans, so we're making this a little bit stronger. All right, so autophagy, it's a imbalance in the system, and we can cause this imbalance for a good reason, and we can use stress as a good thing if we understand why we are using the stressor as a trigger. All right, so take care of your health, take care of your body. Hope you learned something a little deeper today than just intermittent fasting is cool. There's a science behind it. Get to know the science, get to know yourself, become better every day. Thank you. I'm MadzookJoe, and glad you're watching.